There's someone out here who is heading into their most trusted season yet. What that looks like is you trusting yourself more. You trusting your abilities more. You trusting God more. You trusting where you are at in this present moment. Even if you don't like it, more. There's a harvest that's about to peak over a mountain. I seen a mountain. There's a harvest ready to peak. Meaning, where you are at, you see the mountain. You see the top of the mountain. You may not even begin to climb it yet. You see the type of a mountain you are approaching. And at the peak of that mountain, there is a harvest ready for you to embrace. But in order to embrace this harvest, there has to be some work done. And that work looks like trusting yourself. That work looks like removing and amassing the shame. Shame of where you've been. Shame of maybe where you are at. Shame of how you feel. Releasing the shame is going to also help whoever this message is for to unpack that heavy burden on their back. I seen someone who's wanting to like work on themselves, who's wanting to clear and unpack some things, but they're not able to because they are harboring and holding on to a heavy weight, like a burden on their back. And a lot of times people be thinking they're protecting themselves by holding on to certain things. And I say that because, like, you think you're protecting yourself being guarded? You think you're protecting yourself being guarded? No. When you hold on to like the hurt that you've been through and remembering, okay, we remember it, yes. But why hold on? That weight on someone's back is really making them crash down. And it is so important to like release some of that. You learn what you need to learn, release some of that. Let some of that go. Just let it go. Just let it go. And it's so easy as said. It's so easy as said. It's so easy as said. I seen where there's someone who is, you know how you sign up for something and regret it later, like a subscription or maybe a email or a text. They say, "Oh, put your phone number here. We'll send you updates and da 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 da." Or maybe it seemed like it was a good idea in the moment and something you was interested in it, and then later on you realize that you are regretting it. You realize that you may not be aligned with it. You realize it's kind of annoying and harassing. So I have seen someone, signing up for something and they regretting it later. There's some energy work that also needs to be done. And one way that you can help yourself, going back to carrying that heavy burden, one way that you can help yourself and unpack some of the things that you're going through energetically, you can start by going in your emails, unsubscribing to certain things, deleting, spamming out, removing. Even in your text messages, a whole list of fucking texts, old threads from years ago, receipts. That's energy. Remove the energy. That way you can continue to work through removing energy within yourself. You can start off there, energetically removing, deleting, unsubscribing. And then that will help you to unpack and unsubscribe things internally. Also, when it comes to asking for something and wanting something, it's so important to make sure that you are balanced. It is so important to make sure that you are balanced, balancing out, and preparing yourself for what you ask for. A lot of times people are asking for things that they are not ready for. They're not prepared for. And if they get what they asking for, they will really be out of balance. And you may not be receiving it in this moment because it's going to put you out of balance. Not saying you're not going to ever get whatever that you want, if it's even good for you. But a lot of times, there is preparation needed before receiving what it is that you want. There is preparation needed before you receiving whatever it is that you want. Prepare yourself. What is increase in finances? Prepare yourself. Money management. What you gonna do with that money when your finances increase? What are you gonna do with it? How are you gonna utilize it? Do it have a place to go? Do it have a name on it? Oh, bills money. Supplies money. New tires money. Or change money. So like preparing before you ask for anything is very necessary. Whether that's you wanting a child, are you prepared to have a child? You guys, child also I heard, but are you prepared to have a child? Relationship. Are you ready to unpack what the fuck you've been holding on to have a healthy relationship? Have you been preparing mentally? Have you been loving up on you like you're supposed to do, so you know when something good come into your life, or when something not in alignment for you come up in your life? Have you been preparing for that? Okay. Also, a lot of times people are shameful what comes natural to them. If you're a sensitive person, don't you know that's your superpower? Even if you don't know how to operate in it or utilize it for your higher and greater good, don't you know that's your superpower? A lot of your superpowers come to you very natural. Maybe you're a talkative person. You always felt shameful about that, or possibly, or maybe, people always say this, Don't you know that's a superpower? Now, depending on how you talking and what you're talking about, there's none of my business, but don't you know that's a superpower? Knowing things before they happen, don't you know that's a superpower? Having dreams, don't you know that's a superpower? Are you afraid of your superpower? Superpower, that's your superpower. Don't ignore it. Don't neglect it. Get a better understanding with it. Build a healthier relationship with it. Okay? Also, appreciating where you are at, even if it's not where you want to be, right? Even if it's not what you want to do. Now, I ain't saying nothing about like if you in a domestic type of fucking situation, get the fuck up out of there. I ain't saying none of that type of praising shit that's not for your higher and greater good, or indulging in shit that's not for your higher and greater good. I'm not saying that. But sometimes we be in circumstances that someone else would wish they were in. But we don't appreciate, we don't show that gratitude, Yeah, times are hard, but you got a roof over your head. It's yours. Yeah, you got a car, it ain't looking the best. It's putting, but you're able to drive it from point A, B, C, all the way fucking elemental P. Okay? Now this one, I laughed when I heard this message right here. Squidward. Now, I've seen SpongeBob a few times or whatever. Many people know SpongeBob, right? But anyway, it's a lot of people out here who are self-sabotaging themselves, acting like Squidward. Miserable. You know, some people look at Squidward like, damn, he just wanted to chill. He just wanted to be to himself, play his little clarinet, you know, just do that type of stuff. But if you think about it, Squidward was very pessimistic. If he would have looked at the brighter side and really enjoyed, even though people was kind of annoying, but if he would have just kind of enjoyed life a little bit more, he probably would have enjoyed or received more alone time. Enjoy his alone time, even though it was always interrupted. But how can I say this? Squidward was miserable. A lot of people out here acting like Squidward, miserable. Just miserable. Pessimistic.